don't settle for fakes. My duel-taining is the real deal.
Hey everyone, this is mekklord and welcome to a future where there is no hope, there is only despair. Zone has finally come to Duel Links. He is not unlockable yet, but you can fight him, you can punch him in his stupid face. His skills and some other skills have already been leaked courtesy of British Piper. Thank you British Piper, and thank you Duel Links Meta for hosting this list of skills that I'm going to take a look at. So first and foremost, if you're not familiar with Zone, and if you're calling Z1, stop, you're not real, this isn't real. If you're not familiar with Zone, his deck is Timelords, which is a bunch of level 10, 0/0 fairy monsters that can be destroyed by battle or card effects, can just normal summon themselves if you control no monster, do something when most of the time when they battle, but some of them also have effects when they just do stuff, and shuffle themselves into the deck in your standby phase. So the idea is you're just sitting behind one gigantic, unbeatable monster and then switching for another. And I think could be a decent deck. I think this could work as like a balanced deck depending on which Time Lords we get. But this skill probably might be more adequate in order to facilitate a Time Lord strategy. So let's take a look at them. I know we're already getting Michion and Sundion, I think. But yeah, maybe this skills will leak something else. So, start with the first one. Emptiness transforms into the infinite. That's a name. At the beginning of the duel, add one Cephalon, the ultimate Time Lord, to your deck. So I think this is going to be Zone Ace Monster. So basically the ultimate beat stick that just summons other beat stick. That's very funny. In addition, the following effect can be used once per turn, twice per duel. Send up to 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard. Send up that many random level 10 fairy type monsters to the graveyard from the deck. Do Dark Lords have level 10 fairy types? I think they do. But they are dark, that doesn't matter. Oh wait, no, it does. I guess it could sort of work. Cephalon can only revive light, but you could send Dark Lords to the graveyard, I guess. This can only be used if you begin a duel with a deck, excluding extra deck that contains no monster other than level 10. Okay, never mind. That doesn't work then. I guess trains have level 10 monsters. It's probably not worth it. It's just a default scale. Probably put too much thought into it. Born from the Infinite. Send one Time Lord monster to the graveyard from your hand, then you can add one Time Lord monster with the same attribute that is different from the monsters in your graveyard from your deck to your hand. Okay, so this is basically sort of switcheroo, also meant to set up Cephalon, but I don't know, doesn't seem all that good. Empty, Infinite, and Infinite Light. Each of the following effects can only be used once per duel. Send one card from hand to your graveyard to set one Empty Machine to your field from outside the deck. So Empty Machine is a continuous trap that can't be destroyed once and allows you to activate one of these effects per turn. Either discard one level 10 monster to draw a card, or if it's the only card in your spell and trap zone, target one Time Lord monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, then you can set one Infinite Machine directly from your hand or deck. Infinite Machine is the next one in that lineup. What it does is activate itself by sending Empty Machine, and once per turn, this face-up card can be destroyed by opponent's card effect. Okay, that's the same as the previous one. During the main phase, it can special summon one Time Lord from your hand, or it can target one Time Lord in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, then set one Infinite Light from your hand or deck, and Infinite Light is the biggest one. It says activate this card by sending one face-up Infinite Machine from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard. This face-up card cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Neither player can target Time Lord monsters you control with card effects, or return Time Lords from the field to the deck, which means your Time Lord will stick to the field at the end of at the beginning of your standby phase. And once per turn, if you control no monster, you can special summon up to one Time Lord monster each from your hand, deck, and graveyard with different names, ignoring their summoning conditions. So this is basically turns your field into invincible Time Lord monsters. I guess the only way to get rid of this is like by bouncing it, but there aren't many back row bouncers in the game. Or, you know, non-targeting removal like Trish Zero or something. It's... yeah. No, yeah, it's a really good card. Okay, back to the skill now. Okay, so the first one sets one empty machine, can be used during your next turn after one of your empty machine, and infinite light is removed from the field by your opponent. I guess this is meant to say or infinite light, like either empty machine or infinite light. Anyway, reveal one Cephalon, the ultimate Time Lord, in your hand to your opponent. Send 10 different Time Lord monsters from a child of your deck to your graveyard. A skill can be used at the beginning of the duel. If you begin the duel with a deck, excluding extra deck that is at least half monsters, has no monsters other than Time Lord monsters or Time Maiden, and at least one infinite machine and infinite light. So I think this is probably the best skill so far. Time Maiden is, I gotta look it up. Yeah, Time Maiden just specials itself and serves as tribute fodder for the tribute summon of a Time Lord monster. And then just specials Time Lords from the deck. So it's really good. It's a really good card, all in all. But yeah, this could be like the definite best Time Lord skill yet. I've yet to read the others, but this one, it's really the best. Silent Time Lord can be used if you control a Time Lord. You cannot activate monster effects until the end of your next standby phase. I'm trying to think if this is abusable like Smile World is. I don't think it is. Because you'd need to like control one, Time Lord one, Amano somehow. I don't think this is. It's basically designed to like not make you have to shuffle a Time Lord after summoning it, but it seems very bad going second, because you basically can't use the Time Lord damage, the battle effects, if any. I guess it's still indestructible. That's nice. Harsh Truth can be used before your normal draw. Okay, this is basically draw sense Time Lord. Infinite power of the Time Lord. Play one Time Lord in your hand to your field in face-up attack position. Nice! This skill can be used once per turn if you control infinite light. Not as interesting. Time Lord Booster. Select one Time Lord monster you control. Increase its attack by several times to 100, so 2000 attack. During this turn, your opponent takes no battle damage from attacks involving the selected monster. What's the point of this? Time Lords don't take battle damage, do they? I need to check this. I don't think Time Lords like can deal or receive battle damage. Yeah, okay, so all the 0/0 Time Lords say you take no battle damage from attacks involving this card, and like there's a 4000 attack one. I think it might be... oh god, I don't know my Time Lords. Sundion, yeah, that's the one. Sundion has 4000 attack, but inflicts no battle damage, and also makes you take no battle damage, so this is really, like, a very pointless skill. No hope in the future, only despair. Once per turn, all following effects may use, you may use it twice per duel. If you return card in your graveyard with a skill, you cannot use the skill for the rest of the duel. What? Okay, you can shuffle your opponent's deck. Reveal one Legion, the Time Lord, in your hand to your opponent, then return 3 random cards in your opponent's graveyard to the deck. Okay, this is meant to be a anime reference to the duel that Zone had with Aporia, where Aporia was like, I think he mailed his entire deck in order to draw a copy of like something hope, that Afterglow, that's the name of the card, that basically says if you draw this card, this is the only card in your deck or some shit, you win the duel. And then it was like, oh, I'm gonna win, and then Zone was like, oh yeah, if you believe you're gonna win so much, I'm gonna shuffle your entire graveyard into your deck, and now you can't win anymore. If you top deck Afterglow, you win. If you don't, Lesion is gonna deal you burn damage, because this is what Lesion does. And he top decks like Grenelle or something. And he loses. A bond illuminates the future, so this is the Yusei skill. Each of the following effects can only be used once per duel. You can change the battle position of said monsters. This is really weird. Send one synchron monster or one level 2 wind warrior type with 1,000 or less attack. Yeah, but basically one synchron monster from your hand to your graveyard. Add one synchron monster from your deck to your hand, and set one synchro chase from outside your deck. So synchron chase is already in the game. I think its effect is basically I have to look it up again. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the effect activations. Your synchro monsters with warrior, synchro, and starter is in the original name. If you synchro summon one of these monsters, you can target one. Okay, it's basically junk converter, but as a continuous spell. That's neat. Second effect, send all monsters you control to your graveyard. If the total original attack of the monster sent to the graveyard is 2,500 or more, set two randoms. What? Set two random signer dragons with different names out of 4 from outside your deck. So you just... What the... Okay, this is also an anime reference, I reckon, but... Okay, third effect can be used turn 3 and onward. Return one Stardust from your field graveyard to the extra deck. Change the level of all synchro monsters you control to 2. And set one live stream dragon from outside of your deck. A skill can only be used if you begin the duel. Okay, so the idea is you're using this to make Quasar really quickly. And the way they worked around the fact that you can't respond to skill is you have to set cards so your opponent has a chance to respond to them. Like, it's not just you summon Black Rose plus, I don't know, RDA and then use the skill to get live stream, right? No, you have to flip each of these face up and then your opponent can compulse before you immediately make Quasar. So that's a nice way of balancing it, I reckon. I wish you could just respond to skills naturally. This would be so helpful. What do I think about this skill? The skill can only be used if you begin the duel with an extra deck that contains a level 10 or higher light monster and no monster other than synchro monsters. Okay, so you can get it locked out of your wait, no you can't. You can't, because you can use the skill to clear your field rapidly. That's very funny. Deck that contains at least 7 level 2 or lower warrior type of machine type monsters. What? 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 Okay. So wind warrior type level 2 monsters with 1,000 or less attack. There's speed warrior? What else is there? Is there a... You know what? I'm gonna look it up. Level 2. Okay. So here's the list of the ones that you might want to play. So Speed Warrior is bad. Sonic Warrior, also bad. Rush Warrior, this one came in a very old main box if I'm not mistaken. It can banish itself from the grave to add one synchron monster in your graveyard to your hand, which is decent. And okay, if we look at all the level 2 warrior monsters, right? TG Striker was not a bad card. X-Saber Pashul, I think it's in the game. Junk Anchor, what? Fortress Warrior, oh god! That's terrifying. Junk Converter is a level 2 warrior, that's a good card. Gookie Iron Gookie Edbat, okay. Now if we're talking in machines, there's a couple of violins. There's Cyber Commander, one of the cards of all time. And Crystron Citri, Quibble Hedgehog. Oh! Yeah, that might actually be doable. Huh, maybe there's a deck you can build around that. I don't think it's going to be too good though. Oh, but you can use every like part of the scale in the same turn. That's busted. You can sort of easily set Quasar turn 1, but that's gonna take you a couple of resources. Yeah, now this is stupid. This is one of these scales that's like so handholdy, it's not even fun. All in favor of the most linear game plan that has ever been devised by man. This is not interesting. This is boring. Roaring Soul. This is a Jack Atlas scale. This skill can only be used once per duel by sending one Fiend-type monster from your hand to your graveyard. Send one Resonator monster, one level 4 Dark Fiend-type monster from your deck to your graveyard, okay? And then add one level 4 Fire-type monster. What's the search target for this? Cannot special summon monsters during this duel except for synchro monsters, tuner monsters, and special summoning from the hand. So you can special... Oh wait, no, you can special tuners from the graveyard with Red Rising Dragon. Can also use each of the following effects once per duel and max to one effect per turn. If you control RDA, return one Fiend type monsters on your field and one in your hand to your deck, then set Red Rain. Wow, isn't that a field nuke? That's kinda strong. During this turn, defense position resonator monsters can be destroyed by card effects, which means RDA doesn't kill them. I don't know if it's good. I'm gonna have to ask Cly. I'm gonna have to ask the resonator guru if it's good. My mind blanked out halfway through reading this. The skills aren't too long. Why are they making skills so long? And last but not least, United Pendulums. At the beginning of the duel, add pen zones to your field. Every single pendulum skill should have this. Not kidding. Following effect can be used once per duel. Select one pen monster you control, place it in your pen zone. Okay. Select one pendulum monster in your deck with the same original type as that monster, but a different original name, place it in your pen zone. Okay. Negate both cards' effect until the end of the turn. The turn you activate this skill, you can only special summon from extra deck once, except for pen summons. Yeah, no, this is... I don't think this is playable, unfortunately. Like, I can't think of a deck that'd rather play this than any other pendulum skill, if any, to be honest. So yeah, what I think... This scale definitely is going to be busted out the ass, for sure. This one is going to be the best Time Lord scale, I guess. Expect a video guide on Time Lords in the near future, once I know what are all the Time Lords we're getting. I don't know, this could be good. And that's pretty much it. That's just it. Thank you for watching this video. See you as soon as the next main bug leaks, so I can share some more stuff with you. And goodbye.